3 important things that your wife needs from you, but this is part 2. So hopefully you already listened to part 1. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And part 1 was constantly being told that she's the most attractive woman in the world, just to refresh your memory. The second important thing that she needs from you is constant reminder that you love her. You know, we don't need that so much as men, but women need that because they're constructed differently. I know in this age of there's no genders, everyone is whatever they decide to be, blah, blah, blah. It's so stupid. I hope this doesn't last very long. Women are not the same as men, obviously, right? And so the construct of their physiology impacts the mind, and so the mind requires different things if you're a female, very different than if you're a man. Now, I don't get into the differences because that's sort of hokey. Rather, I try to explain to men, what does your wife need because she's a female? And I explain to women, what does your husband need because he's a man? They're very different. And also, what do you need as a woman, or what do you need as a man? And for God's sake, if your marriage is in trouble, get the course for men so you could start working on it right away. It takes a lot of effort to get your marriage back on the right track once it slips off. So don't be negligent, because the promises of marriage are phenomenal. You got married in order to be happier every single day of your life. You didn't get married just to have a wedding and just to have kids and just to have someone around. You got married in order to be happier, didn't you? And you got married in order to experience unconditional love. Now, I know that's a little of a stretch for a man, but it's still true for a man. You want to feel unconditional love. That's why you got married, for those 2 things. And so to get your marriage into that space requires shifting your mind, learning about your mind, and changing your mind around, and which is doable. It is your mind. You're a soul. You have a body, you have a mind. You're supposed to control both of them. You're supposed to control your diet and exercise for your body, take care of it, make sure it's functioning so it doesn't get diseases that it shouldn't get. And your mind is the same thing. You're supposed to control it. You have all the power to do so. All this Western psychological nonsense that you're impacted from your childhood and all, that's all Freudian crap. It's not true. You have control right now over every single thought, every single feeling, every single emotion, every single desire. They belong to you, and you're supposed to control them. Your wife has needs, and you're supposed to deliver to her her needs. That's an act of love. It's to deliver her needs. It's another way of telling her you love her. Another way of telling her you love her is how you communicate with her. Do you ever yell at her? Well, that's doing the opposite. Do you ever look at her, give her the stink eye? That's the opposite. So someone goes to you and they need water and you give them sand. That's stupid. If she needs to hear from you that you love her, it needs to be communicated in every way, shape, and form. And most importantly, you need to avoid any form of communication that says otherwise. You know, it's funny, many years ago, because I've been doing this for over 20 years, a couple came in, and because I worked with couples in the beginning. I used to be a divorce mediator, and then I got into this because all my couples were coming from marriage counselors who screwed people up. And when I look back, I go, none of the people I helped get a divorce should have. So this guy was asking me, well, what should I do? You know, just straight out. Cool. I tell you what to do. And I laid it out. He started to laugh. I said, what's so funny? He goes, you want me to be a saint? And his wife was sitting there, and she's thinking, I just laid out what she needs, and he's putting it into a realm of only a saint can do that. No. Don't be a saint. Be a husband. Be a good, great husband. That's what you offered to your wife when you asked her to marry you. Don't do a bait and switch. You told her you would love her forever. You told her you loved her with all your heart. You told her you loved her more than anyone. Are you showing it? Is it being expressed? Not just telling her, honey, I love you, see you later. Come on. What are your actions saying? You know, you only have 3 types of actions. Did you know that? Your thoughts and feelings, those are actions because they're under your control. Your thoughts and feelings, your speech, what you say. It's under your control, 100%. And then what you actually do, that's another action. So there's really only 3 kinds of actions, and with each one, you only have 2 choices. Is this going to be beneficial? Is it going to express love? Or is it going to be detrimental? Is it going to either be neutral or mean it? So there's really only 6 options when you boil it down. So what's so hard about this? What's so hard about this is you got to train your mind. You got to train your mind. We should have been learning this stuff growing up, but we didn't. So now's the time to learn it. I've got a course for men. This whole thing wasn't a sales pitch for that. But it's not easy when you don't have the path laid out in front of you. And so that's what the Course for Men does. It lays the path out and tells you what to do and what not to do, and you have to know that. Your wife has to know from your actions, all 3 versions, that you love her constantly. Do you ever go like that to her? Undermines your love and your relationship. Most men want to have more sex. Guess what? You're not going to get more sex if you don't give what you're supposed to give to your wife. You should have sex on demand, literally, based on a connection that you have with your wife that is all about giving on both sides. But if you're not giving, yet you have an expectation, doesn't make any sense. So that's number 2. Constant reminders to your wife that you love her above everything. You know, all these 3 things that we're getting into define loyalty. Loyalty is the highest guiding principle in a marriage. It should never be reluctantly given. You need to train your mind. All right, subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment. I get great comments. I love the comments. And I understand that this isn't for everybody. Most people have bought into the whole Western psychological trip, even though it's a total failure. And Western psychologists, as a group, have a higher divorce rate than the average. What does that tell you? They don't know anything about marriage. They don't. All right, let's move on. Go to part 3. If you didn't go to part 1 yet, go there first. Thanks for spending time with me. God bless.